What's up, AFC Northerners fans? Special shout out to my Steelers fans, all my Pittsburghers. Chris here with a status update of just how I feel about the Steelers right now, and also a preview of our Week 3 game against the Tampa Bay Bucks. First thing that I'm seeing that I really like, I got to talk about James Conner, my man from Pitt. I really don't feel like he's getting the respect he deserves for the performance he's putting up. All he's done as a Steelers backup through the first 2 games of the season is put up about 150 rushing yards, 105 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and let's call it 3.8 per carry. All 4 of those stats are better than Bell's this point of the season last year in 2017. So all the talk about the distraction Bell's being, the impact to the team, maybe he's the reason why we haven't won yet, but really, Connor's not getting the respect to say, hey, yeah, we don't have Bell, but Connor's doing even better than Bell did on the team last year, so maybe that's not the root cause of what's going on here. Next, my man Jesse James. James out here putting up big numbers for him. 200 yards through the first 2 games of the season, 1 touchdown, and he's a huge reason why the Steelers are still averaging about 380 passing yards per game despite getting our asses whipped so far this season. What I really don't like seeing is our Achilles heel is still our Achilles heel in the passing game. We just cannot cover people over the middle of the field, specifically tight ends. As you saw in this past game against the Chiefs, here we go getting shredded by Kelsey again, as we have every time we've played the Chiefs. In the first game, if you really watch it, Njoku was just dropping balls out there. He was open. Tyrod Taylor was hitting them. He was just dropping balls. According to fantasy football stats, the Steelers are giving up the 5th most points this season to the tight end position. And if Njoku could catch, we might be the worst in the league as far as tight end defense. Going forward this week, the Steelers are heading down to Tampa Bay, down to Florida, and I'm really not too excited about this one. What I'm seeing from Ryan Fitzpatrick is he is just lighting the league on fire while Jameis Winston is getting rightfully suspended by the league. If any of that is true, by the way, with Jameis Winston, just cut him for the rest of the season, man. I'm just not digging it. There's just no space for that in the league. He was really developing as a young man, as a leader for that team, and this is just a serious setback for him as a person and also as an athlete. Shame on you if any of this is true. Getting back into football, what I'm just not seeing is how the Steelers are going to match up with a Mike Evans, with Deshaun Jackson, and then still have the defensive backs to shut down O.J. Howard there over the middle. I'm just not too confident about this one. And again, with DeCastro possibly being out, I don't know if the Steelers are going to have the firepower to put up the points we need. We're really a team struggling for an identity right now. In the first game, the defense was a bit stiffer. The offense wasn't really there. I understand it was a rainy game, not a big offensive day. And typically that early in the season, you're going to work some kinks out with your offense. Defensively, in that second game, there was just nobody home. Nobody home. Mahomes came in there and did whatever he wanted to do in Pittsburgh. It was very, very embarrassing. But the offense really kind of stepped it up a notch in that second game, lighting up the scoreboard the way we did. Just not enough to keep up with over 40 points that the defense is giving up. Can't win like that. It's just not going to happen. So I really don't see, again, how we're going to match up with the firepower that these guys, being Tampa Bay, has. And what's more important is they're doing it down the field. Way down the field. Fitzpatrick has 4 of the longest touchdown passes so far this season. How we're going to defend that's the riddle that we really need to figure out in this passing defense this season, or this week, if we're going to win. I kind of see the Tampa Bay Bucks taking this one 24-31 in Tampa. Either way I win. If the Steelers pull it out, awesome. If the score plays out the way I think it is, not that it's really a win, but at least I get a little bit of bragging rights against the guys or amongst the guys in the chat. Interesting fact, despite the Steelers not having won a game yet, we are still on ESPN's power rankings ranked 10th in the league which is the highest in the AFC North. Go figure. So, guys, feel free to throw some comments out there. Really like to engage with the crowd, see what everyone's thinking, see if a lot of people are throwing in the flag, or throwing in the towel, I should say. Flag, football term. But I'm really not liking how the Steelers fans are really starting to deteriorate and not want to go through this with the team. Totally understand the frustrations, but we really need to get away from the distractions that we've had this season. Obviously, this week with AB missing a practice, is he wanting to be traded? Is Bell putting him up to this? Is he going to sit out now going forward so he can have more money? I don't think any of those things are true. I think they're just distractions happening at the worst possible time for us. If we went out and we whooped the first two teams we played, I don't think these conversations would be nearly as significant as they are. But having tied the Browns after they haven't won a game in forever and a day, and then just getting the pants beat off of us by the Chiefs in Pittsburgh, again, the most embarrassing game I've seen in a while. Although the score wasn't that bad, it was an ugly game from the Steelers' perspective. So, again, that's just not going to fly in Tampa and Raymond James this coming Monday. We're going to be playing Monday night. So, I want to sign off in a way I don't usually, but I found this might be my new one going forward. It's fuck the Bengals, and I look forward to hearing the comments. Later.